Okay, so today we have a budget 5G phone, Samsung A14 5G. And this comes with cool design, different colors and the latest Exynos 1330 processor. And we don't know the exact pricing of the device, but it should be somewhere around 15,000 with all the offers and everything. And 2023 will be the year of 5G phones because 5G is already available in India in 100 plus Indian cities and counting. And we have always talked about 5G phones in budget. You need these 8 Indian 5G bands to get proper 5G service. So the question that has to be asked here, is the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G a good budget 5G phone? And how is the performance of the new Exynos 1330 processor? And there is a certain trend with 2023 smartphone launches. We'll talk about all of it. Let's go. So you get this slim box. The box is on a strict no charger diet. Inside you get the phone, some paperwork, Type A to Type C cable and a 0-figure SIM ejector tool. That's it. Flagship experience. And there are two very interesting things about this phone. Like, see here on the back, firstly it has this texture. Like if you rub your hands on it, it feels different. Like the scale vibe that you used to get in school. So every time you're holding the phone, it gives an interesting sensation to your hands. By the way, did you know the A series stands for awesome? This is awesome green and this is awesome dark red. This is awesome black and I'm awesome yellow. And second, see this camera module? This is very similar to Samsung's upcoming flagship S series phone, the expensive series. So if you're using in public, people might think you have a Samsung flagship. The sides and back are made from plastic and it is a two-handed phone. Let's see how much it weighs. Oh, it goes around 201 grams. Like the in-hand feeling of the device is good. Now you do get 2 SIM card slot and a dedicated SD card slot, so you can expand the storage, something that even expensive phones don't have. Also, it has a side-mounted fingerprint scanner which is pretty fast and accurate, and you also get a 3.5mm headphone jack. So that's good because some of us still use our headphones. And speaking of the display, you get a 6.6-inch Full HD 90Hz PLS LCD display. Now, generally PLS are more brighter than IPS, but the viewing angle is a bit narrow as compared to IPS. So see here, watching movies and video on it, the colors and all look pretty vibrant and sharp, and the viewing angle is also good. But if you're browsing the web, looking at the settings, reading an article, and if you look it from an angle, there is a color shift. In fact, overall at 15K for a 5G phone, I would say this is a decent display. The only thing in this display is this big chin, which you will notice every time you use the phone. Also, it has a single speaker at the bottom. So now the sound from it is average, slightly louder, but it is not a stereo speaker. Now coming to the camera, we are here outside and I must say it's a very sunny day and we really like it. I can see Sayad outside, there is no fog and it's worth it. Anyways, you get a 50 megapixel main camera and surprisingly, the software processing is very good. If you look at this photo, it looks vibrant, good, and even if you zoom in, you can see my face details and flower photo that we took. It looks really vibrant. Now, of course, this is a camera in a budget range, so if you take photos against bright sunlight, the face gets a bit soft. Even in portrait mode, we took this photo and it has this gradual blur wherein it blurs your next shoulder, and overall photo looks very good. And of course, you get a triple camera setup, so you get a 2 megapixel depth and 2 megapixel macro camera. Coming to videos, you can record maximum 1080p 30 fps and the video quality is decent. It looks slightly boosted, but here's how the video and mic quality is. And you get a 13 megapixel front selfie camera that can record in 1080p 30 fps, and just like the main camera, the photos come out good, sharp, the colors are good. Overall, for the price, I would say it has a really good main camera. If they could provide that ultra wide angle camera, it would have been like a really good deal. And even in outdoors in bright sunlight, the display brightness is decent. Like this is winters, there's no harsh sunlight, so you can of course see the display. But in summers, when there will be much bright sunlight, it won't be the same. Like, it's not AMOLED. Now this phone comes with the latest Exynos 1330 processor, 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. Now the A14 5G has 2 more variants. One is 6GB RAM, 128GB storage, and one 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. And normal everyday users like browsing the web, watching videos and all, I didn't find any lag or anything as such here. So normal multitasking should work fine. We even ran some benchmark scores. On Antutu, it scored around 3,70,000, which is a score around Snapdragon 695. But benchmarks are just number. Let's play Apex Legends. And in terms of graphics, you can play maximum at normal graphics and very high frame rates like 50 FPS. So let's go. Overall, the gameplay is smooth, but sometimes there is a random frame drop and it goes to 36, 37 FPS, but quite expected at this price. So overall for the price, the performance is good. Out of the box, this is the Samsung's first phone to come with latest One UI 5 based on Android 13. So you get this material you design, like you can select colors of the icons based on the wallpaper, and Samsung is known for giving the best software experience. We recently did a video why One UI is better than Android. You can check that video out here after this. Here, it is running on One UI Core Edition, which looks and feels very similar to normal One UI. Like the settings menu, app drawer, themes, everything is similar to One UI, but it doesn't have some extra features like secure folder, Knox security, Samsung Pay. But you do get Samsung Pay Mini here. So basically, Samsung Pay Mini only lets you use UPI. And then there are a few bloatwares like Snapchat, Byju's and all, which can be uninstalled. Other than that, it will get 2 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates. So you should get up until Android 15. The Samsung A14 5G comes with a 5000 mAh battery and can charge maximum at 15 watts. So it can go from 0 to 100 in about 2 hours 20 minutes or so. Now I would say this is a bummer because other brands at this price point does support more watts and can charge the phone quickly. But on the flip side, the battery lasts for more than 1.5 days to 2 days. Now this is a 5G phone and it comes with 7 5G bands. But here where confusion starts. See, if you're close to tower, even the phones which have one 5G band will get 5G. Airtel recently announced that 5G phones with only N78 5G band will also get 5G. But the thing is, when you are in a parking lot or a closed area or underground, the 5G service will not be good. So if you're someone who always uses mobile data or outdoors, you should consider a 5G phone with more 5G bands. And brands like Samsung have been releasing 5G phones with 10, 12 5G bands since 2022. In fact, I was researching about this video. Samsung launched some 20 devices with 5G in 2022. Also, it has most of the important sensors. And in India, Samsung has 1500 touch points where you can go and you'll have a Samsung person to give the device for service and 500 mobile WAN support. Now, to answer the question, is the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G a good budget 5G phone? See, to be honest, I'm currently not aware of the pricing of this phone, but if I guess, with specs and all, it should be somewhere around 15,000 with bank offers and all of that. And at that price, if you go for a 5G phone, you will either have to choose between 5G performance and display. And on top of that, if you want a Samsung phone, this is a good option. And a general pattern we'll see in 2023, smartphones will become more costly due to the rise in dollar. Or if you want a video on good Samsung phones at every budget, let us know and we'll make a proper video on it. TechWiser style. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video.